Throughout this video, we will be tier ranking the books I read in January, and at the end, we'll update the top 10 books of 2026 for the first time. I read 3 books in January: Endurance by Alfred Lansing, The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, and Open by Andre Agassi. Endurance was published in 1959 and has 4.5 stars on Goodreads. I was very excited for this one because one of my favorite books last year was The Wager by David Grann. Endurance is about a group of sailors and adventurers who journey to Antarctica in 1914. They plan to be the first ones to cross the continent on foot. However, their ship gets stuck in the ice before they can even make landfall, and very slowly, the ice starts crushing the ship, and they need to evacuate and watch helplessly as the ship falls apart and sinks. So now this group of men is in the middle of the ocean, floating on ice, with dwindling supplies, an oncoming winter where they won't see the sun for months, and absolutely no contact with the outside world. They are completely on their own, and there will be no rescue coming for them. It's one of the most entertaining, shocking, and inspirational experiences I've had with a book. The leadership displayed by the captain, Ernest Shackleton, is inspirational, and I'm sure it's taught in military academies and business schools across the world. And when books average 4.5 stars, that means over half of people who have read the book have given it 5 stars, which is rare to say the least. I highly recommend it, and Endurance is my first 5-star book of the year. The War of the Worlds was published in 1898 and has 3.8 stars on Goodreads. This is one of those sci-fi classics I knew I had to try. It's about an alien invasion of Earth, with humanity being completely outmatched. There was a Tom Cruise movie released in 2006 that took place in the US around New York and Boston, and the book actually takes place around London. So my initial thoughts. While this is a hugely influential classic in the sci-fi genre, I was a bit bored during parts of it. And that's just going to happen a decent amount with books this old. It's a classic for a reason though, and I do appreciate the time period where it was written. And it's a pretty short book at under 200 pages, so it wasn't hard at all to get through. So I'm glad I read it, and I will put it in the liked category. The final book I read this month was Open by Andre Agassi. This book was published in 2009 and has 4.3 stars on Goodreads. This is a memoir of the tennis star Andre Agassi. He's one of the best American players ever and was ranked number 1 in the world for quite some time. It shows his story of dropping out of school in 8th grade to pursue tennis full time, his travels to tournaments around the world, and his relationships with celebrities and his future wife, Steffi Graf, who was a tennis star herself. This book was entertaining, but a bit too long at almost 400 pages. I would have preferred if it was about 100 pages shorter, but a big tennis fan or someone who watched him in the 90s may love all the details. I'll put this one at liked, just under War of the Worlds. Now we can update the 2026 top 10 list for the first time. Endurance, of course, is taking number 1, followed by War of the Worlds and Open. I will be shocked if Endurance is not still in the top 5 at the end of the year, and we'll see how many months the other 2 books will stay in the top 10. Alright, next month we will add the books I read in February, which I plan to be Into Thin Air and The Eye of the World, book 1 of the massive Wheel of Time series. If you're watching this in the future, the link for that one will be below. Thanks for watching.